Hey everybody out there in the YouTube world, it's me again, that's the Diesel Technician, back with another informative tool review. Okay, today I want to talk about pliers and the importance. If you entry level and you coming into the trade and you want to know what you need to get in your toolbox, take a look at these pliers. These are imperative in the diesel tech field. You have to have these, and we're going to run them down. I'm not going to make this a long drawn out video. We're going to run it down and I'm going to tell you the importance of these. Okay, now starting off with these. These are extra long needle nose pliers. Straight nose, needle nose, whatever you want to call them. Okay, these are very nice. These are Crescent, made by Crescent. These have like that pistol grip feel. These rubber, very nice handles on it. And I mean, the obvious advantage you have of using these is the leverage. I mean, you got it's just long, so you can get down into some tight spaces and grab onto some things, twist some wires, turn some nuts, whatever you need to do with it. But this is imperative for you to get down. They make them smaller in smaller sizes, but you had to have a pair of those. Okay. Now next to these, you have another pair of needle nose pliers, but these are the bent nose. So you see, it's the same thing, but it's just bent nose, and these are more cheap compared to, you can see the handle, but they get the job done. So you need a pair of these when you want to do hoses and things like that. Pull those clamps off the hoses. That's what I've been mainly using for. Okay, now moving right along, these are just slip joint pliers, but these are Craftsman USA made slip joint pliers. I resurfaced these. I don't know if you can see it, but it says USA Craftsman. I resurfaced these and did them the best I could. They had a lot of rust on them, but these are important to have because these are like when all fails, you have nothing else to go to. If these are laying around, then you go to these. I mean, you can turn the bolt, but they do have a tendency to slip, and they only have 2 side settings. But you still want to have a pair of these in your box because they do work good on turning bolts, even though they should be a last resort. So keep these in your box for a last resort tool. Here we have the Lineman pliers. Okay, now these are Craftsman, made in USA. Okay, now these are spectacular. These are more for electrical work, but in the diesel tech world, we do a little bit of all of that. So you want to get you a pair of these. If you ever do troubleshooting and diagnostics, or you had to run some lines or something like that, these are great for turning, twisting lines, and whatever else you had to do, crimping and cutting wire. So imperative you keep a pair of these. Moving right along, we got these Craftsman USA made adjustable snap ring pliers. They can go from internal to external. So, and then you got multiple chips. You can change the tip. There's a little star key bolt in there, and all you do is just turn that out and switch the tips. They come in a little pack. You know, these are spring loaded, so I did away with those other ones, man. This is where it's at. You need to be spring loaded, trust me. These are imperative in the truck world because you need to, especially if you're doing transmission work, you need to get all them snap rings out of there. So, you know, if you have a snap ring somewhere, you're going to need snap ring pliers to get it out and repair the order. So, definitely need a pair of them. Okay. Now, up here, we have another pair of vice grips made by Irwin. You know, the original manufacturer of these. I don't buy these unless they're made by Irwin, by the way. These are like the needle nose type, I guess. But these are great for clamping down and locking 2 surfaces together while you work on them. These are great for that. I use these when I'm working on my other tools a lot. But these are kind of like the needle noses in a sense. You can get down into a skinnier place, but instead of just being able to clamp onto it, you can actually lock onto it with these, the locking mechanism. So it's good to have a pair of them. Invest in a pair of them. Now, over here, we have a pair of vice grips. Made in USA. Irwin Originals. These are some of the original vice grips. These are imperative, man. You have to have a pair of these. I mean, Every mechanic got a pair of these. You have to have them. And these are good for when you have a bolt and a nut mechanism where a nut in between two surfaces. You might have to clamp this onto the bolt while you run the nut out of there, or and vice versa. So these are imperative to have because you're going to find that in a lot of situations. Or if you just need to clamp two surfaces together, you need these. So make sure you got them in your toolbox. And last but not least, the most important thing on this table, the most important tool on this table out of them all, even though they all have their purposes. If I had to pick one out of all of them to use, it would have to be these channel locks. You have to have a pair of channel locks. I mean, these are detrimental. These will pull you out of a lot of tight jams. I mean, when it comes to rounded off bolts, seized up bolts, man, you can even you can do alignments with those. It's just a lot of different things you can do with channel locks. People use them, even when you're doing drum brakes, you can use it to lift up the top shoes, or you can put your roll in. It's just different stuff you can do with those, but they probably the ones that last the longest too. So, and they are USA made also, by the way. Try to keep your tools American if you can. Can't always get the best, but try to. I try to. I got a lot of tools that's not American, but I try to buy the good stuff. So that's my tool review. I'm Dusty D, the Technician. Y'all know my slogan: subscribe, keep me alive.